Hello everyone and welcome to today's class, which will be available here. Okay, let's begin. Right, today we'll begin with a definition that you can find here. And my question is, what word is being defined here? So read the definition, okay, here, and make your guess. And then you can check here what word we are defining. Are you ready? Have you thought of a word? Let's find out. We're talking about stereotypes. Why this? Because this unit, the unit we are going to start today, 3B, is about stereotypes. And we will discuss them in class. Meanwhile, let's do the suggested tasks here in the book. Let's begin with this. Stereotypes are a way of generalizing about things, right? To generalize in English, we can use some specific phrases. Here you have some. So try to guess first what words go here in these boxes, and then check here with audio 317. Okay, this will tell you the words that go here. So do it. As always, pause the video and let's see. Yeah, you can check it with the audio, but let me show you. So these are expressions that you can use to generalize, to talk about things in general. Now we're going to read this text, which is in these 2 pages. This text here, which is about stereotypes, about men and women. And here you have some gaps, right? So the headings to the paragraphs are missing. And here in exercise B, you have some headings. So you need 5 headings to complete the text. Although here you have more than 5, right? So please do the matching, read the text, and use fill in the blanks with the appropriate heading. Pause the video. I'm going to show you now. Okay, let's see. Well, it's incomplete, but you can see here. All right, this would be on the first page, and this would be on the other page. Let me show you. Okay, so that's it. Now answer these questions about the text as well. And I show you in a minute. These are the answers to exercise D. And now prepare the answers to exercise E, because I will show you the answers right now. Okay. As always, any question on vocabulary, any question we can discuss in class, right? Right, F will do it in class, so we will have some discussion on stereotypes, and we'll do that in class. Okay, jokes were mentioned somewhere here in the text, and now we're going to listen to some jokes, 4 jokes, right? But before we listen to them, can you please fill in the gaps with this word, with these articles? We're going to talk about articles today in the grammar section. So, but before that, so complete the 4 jokes with a, an, the, or nothing, no article. Alright, you do that. Then you can listen to the jokes with audio 318. But anyway, I'm going to show you the words that are missing. And this takes us to the grammar explanation on articles. Right, we are interested in this, right? Okay, here you have some audios with the sentences written here. If you want to listen to them, I will not play them. They are here in the, you see, here you have all the audios for this session. Right, here you have some explanation on when you use a or an. Very important. Well, I'm going to focus on some uses, right? I'm not going to read everything, but I'm going to focus on some special uses. For example, it's important to emphasize that we use a or an when we talk about something, when we mention something for the first time. And that would be used too. I saw an old man with a dog, right? Any old man with any dog. Okay, we also use it in exclamation with what? What an awful day, meaning quin dia més dolent, okay? What a lovely dress you're wearing. Okay. What a beautiful house, quina casa més maca. Okay, and in expressions of frequency, 3 times a week. Then, let's see some uses of the. Important, when we talk about something we've already mentioned, okay? Before we said, I saw an old man with a dog, the dog was barking. Now we know what dog we're talking about, so now we use the. Also, when it's clear what we're referring to, the bell rang and my father opened the door. If I say this, everybody knows that I mean the bell in my house or in the place I'm staying, and the door, the entrance door, right? When there's only one of something, for example, the moon, the earth. Okay. Some places, a town, for example, I'm going to the cinema tonight, and with superlatives. And very important and useful, because this is a typical source of mistakes, when to use, or rather when not to use article. So we don't use an article when we are speaking in general, with plural and uncountable nouns. For example, I love flowers. Compare this with I love the flowers in my garden. Here I'm being more specific, so I use the article. I love the flowers in my garden. But if I talk in general, so I say I love flowers. Also with some nouns, for example, home, work, school, church, and after preposition to and from, right? And very important also before next and last, and then a day or week. So see you next week. We don't say see you the next week, right? Attention, because some of these uses are contrary to Spanish, right? And this is why we make this mistake sometimes. Okay, now let's do the exercises for this explanation. So let's do first exercise A, where you have to circle the correct form. As always, pause the video and let me show you now. Okay, let's do the other exercise. Here you have to complete with a or an, the or no article. So again, pause the video and check. Okay, we go back to the book. So we've done this. And now let's have a look at pronunciation. Here you have the audios for this section. So it's about this has appeared in class many times, the sound which is the schwa, the neutral vowel, equivalent to vocal neutra in català. So it's present in all words in English. 99% of the words have this sound. So listen and repeat. Then the other exercise, this exercise is what happens to the article the. You know that it has sorry, it has two pronunciations. Sometimes it's pronounced the and sometimes it's pronounced the, right? So listen and underline 5 phrases where the is pronounced the. Okay, do that, and then answer this question. Why does the pronunciation change? And which phrase in the list is an exception? So let's do all these 3 tasks. You can pause the video, well, listen, pause the video, answer, and so on. I'm going to show you all the answers now. Right. First of all, well, here we have the explanation. Obviously, we use the when the next word starts with a vowel, right? Examples, well, you have the examples there. What is the exception? The exception is the universe. And it is an exception because it doesn't start with a vowel. It starts with this, with y. This is not a vowel. This is a semi-vowel. So that's why it is an exception. Well, actually, it's not an exception. There is a rule, but that's the explanation. Now let's see what phrases the article was pronounced the and not the. Okay, of course. The office, the underground, the internet, the accident, the evening. Right, so you can practice this, and here you have some more phrases where the article is pronounced the instead of the. You can practice it in these phrases. Okay, so we finished the pronunciation section. Now let's do the listening tasks. We're going to do students' book for A, B, C, and D. So we go there. We continue talking about stereotypes, and typical stereotype is the color to distinguish gender, right? So first of all, just think about this because we cannot discuss it. You're working alone at home. So look at the list of toys below. Which ones do you think girls play with more than boys? Or which ones do you think boys play with more than girls? And which one boys and girls play with equally? So look at 2 photos from the Pink and Blue project by South Korean artist Jung Mi-yoon. What do you think she's saying with these images? Okay, it's a very powerful images. So what do you think she's saying with these images? And now listen to a program about children and stereotypes. And what is surprising about dressing children in pink or blue? And then, do Alison and Natasha agree about the color of children's toys? So what is surprising about dressing children in pink or blue? Well, that in the past, boys were dressed in pink and girls were dressed in blue. Okay, and the other question, they don't agree. These 2 people that appear in the listening, Alison and Natasha, do not agree about the colors of children's toys. Right, next to that, you can listen again, and this time do a multiple choice exercise. Choose A, B, or C according to the statements. So do it, please, and I will show you the correct answer now. And now you can correct your answers. Okay, we'll do this in class. All the talking, we'll do it in class. And finally, let's have a look at something very useful when you learn English. And we will talk about this in class and in the future, because it's a very important topic. Collocations, right? The way words go together. Here it says, look at 3 statements from the listening. Can you remember the missing prepositions? So it's going to be prepositions here. Okay, let's see. Alright, so why about? Well, because it's the preposition that usually goes with worry. Okay, this is a collocation. I will explain further in class. Now let's go to the vocabulary bank and have a look at dependent prepositions. Okay, we will see more about collocations because it's not just prepositions, but we're going to focus now on prepositions. So prepositions that go after certain verbs. So complete the preposition column with a word from the list, and you can use some words more than once. Okay, here you have an example. He apologized to the police officer for driving fast. the verb apologize is usually followed by preposition to. Right. So do this, please. Very important. Take your time to do it. Pause the video. This is something really important. And you can now have a look at the words and the correct prepositions that go there. I'll show you now. Of course, pause the video if I'm going too fast. And again, any questions, bring them to class. Now let's have a look at prepositions that typically go after certain adjectives. Again, you have to complete the preposition column with a word from the list, and you can use some words more than once. And this tip is very important. Gerunds after prepositions. And remember that after a preposition, we use a verb in the gerund, always. So for example, we are really excited about going to Brazil. So if you are going to use a verb after the preposition, remember that the verb takes the gerund form. I'm tired of walking. Right. So again, let's do this. Complete the phrases, the sentences with the correct prepositions after the adjectives. And let me show you now. You can also listen to these phrases. You have here the audios, audio 325 and audio 326. And we go back to the book, to this last exercise, which is also very useful. These prepositions that go with a verb sometimes are placed at the end of a question, right? And so this is what you are going to do here, right? Use the correct preposition, and you see that the prepositions are at the end of the question. This happens a lot in English. So do it, please, and let me show you the missing prepositions. Again, you can listen to it with audio 327. Okay, and this is all within all Unit 3B. The class does not finish here, though. We are going to have a look at the second episode of this soap opera that we are watching every other unit. This time, the title is A Difficult Celebrity. Remember, I don't know if you remember the last episode. Well, anyway, you can go to page 16, 17, and there you will find the first episode. And if you watch videos 1.26 and 1.27, there you have the previous story. But today we continue with the story. Let's have a look at this section here, Rob's interview. Okay, you have the video here, right? I've given you here, the videos are on YouTube, so you can watch them here, right? So watch or listen, watch in this case, to Rob interviewing Carrie. Remember, Rob is now working in New York, he's from London. I'm not going to explain all the story because it is very long, right? So I hope you remember. And answer this question: what is she happy, Carrie, the person who is interviewed, what is she happy and not happy to talk about? Okay. These are the answers. And now let's do this exercise. You can watch or listen again and mark the sentences true or false, and then the sentences that are false, explain why they are false and correct them. So pause the video, do it, and here we go. Okay, it's here. Okay, and this is the explanation to the false sentences and the correction. Perfect. Okay, so the interview finishes and everything, and they're going for lunch. So now watch the conversation at lunch and answer the question, what do they disagree about? And you have the video here, okay? And the answer is here. Okay, so they disagree about which city is better, New York or London. Now watch it again and answer the questions. Okay, I'm going to show you the answer to these questions. Okay, let's go on. Right, here what you have to do is use your memory, try to remember what the missing words are here. So do this from memory, and I'll show you now. This is from the video, right? So they are very useful phrases to express your opinion. Okay, here what we do is the same, watch and repeat the highlighted phrases, copy the rhythm and intonation. So let's do that. We won't do these two exercises because we need to do it in pairs or in groups, so we are going to just copy the rhythm and intonation, and that's all. Now here we have another video, a surprise for Kerry. So watch. Sorry for the notifications. So watch end of the lunch, and why is Kerry surprised? Again, you have the video here, right? So answer the question. This is the answer. Okay, just a cultural comment on British and American English, the difference between cell phone and mobile phone. British English uses mobile phone, American English, they call it cell phone. Now let's watch it again and complete the information. So finish these sentences. Perfect. Here we have look at some phrases that have appeared in the different videos. Let's see if you can remember them. So fill in the gaps here. Then let me show you. You can using the audio 3.33 you can repeat and copy the rhythm. And here, this last exercise, what we're going to do is we're going to use these expressions we've seen before in 5 different mini conversations, right? So these conversations are independent. This is not a dialogue. And here you can use one of these expressions we've seen before. So pause the video, do the exercise, and these are the answers. Right, hopefully you can, after you've seen this unit, you can interview someone or be interviewed, give your opinion about something, and agree or disagree with other people's opinions. I think this is all for today. Yes. Look at these 2 sheets of homework that you have here. You can print them out or just do it in a piece of paper, and we'll correct it in class. Okay, so that's all from your teacher. Bye bye, see you in class.